This guy's typing a fucking book. Welcome.
I was over there having a fucking aneurysm. Being a retard.
No. Sonoma keeps sending me these fucking emails.
Dude, I get fucking text messages and phone calls from CMS.
Oh, dude, same shit. I'm sure all owned by the same Speedway Corp, so.
Yeah,
But they're like, oh, we still have camping spots available, only 2 miles away from the 2 miles away from the track.
Oh.
And they want $1,000 per site.
Yeah.
Not including tickets. Yeah, kiss my ass. No,
I'll drive up there day up.
the infield camping was sold out the day after the race last year.
Yeah, okay. I was really concerned. It's like, I do not want to lose Sonoma.
No, they won't. Unless there's one thing I would be okay with losing Sonoma for. Laguna Seca.
You see they ruined Laguna Seca?
What'd they do?
They put about 2 yards of asphalt around all the curbs. Like past all the curbs. So instead of the dirt.
Oh, runouts?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. That's where IMSA is this week. Oh, mics aren't muted, so everybody heard me call my dog the R word. Oh, well.
I didn't hear that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Who the fuck let this guy run the show?
All right. Welcome on in, everybody, to the WOSCRL post-race show. I am your host, Bobby Patrica. Let's see who all we got joining me tonight. I'm looking down here in the corner. I see Lawrence Shaughnessy. I see Nikki Bobby. And anybody else down there? Who else is down there? I think it's just the three of us right now, right? All right. Well, that was certainly an event that has taken place. That's one way to put it. Green flag all the way, with the exception of the stage. 100 laps at Michigan. It was an interesting race, especially like I'll just say I had the slowest car on the frickin' racetrack tonight, and I somehow was able to stretch and do one less pit stop and still finished dead last on the lead lap. So I think I did gain a spot or two by doing that, but I had to do something because I was so that far out to lunch. I was like, I gotta try it. We'll see what happens. Anyways, so yeah, that's how my night went. I mean, I finished lead lap. I mean, sure, I'll take it, whatever. Lawrence, how was your night? Nikki, how was your night? Well, Nikki had some issues, but he. Wait, I'm not unmuted now?
And over here.
Oh, Jesus. God. Sorry. God, I'm a moron.
Thank you, Skylar, for pointing that out. And hi, guys.
Let's try
Captain
this
Producer
again.
Man cut off my answer to his question. Yeah, it was just right down the fairway, ninth place. Kept the tires on it, didn't crash. Just kind of rode around by myself, which wasn't the worst thing in the world. Just a basic par for the course kind of night. What about you, Nikki? How'd your night go?
Car was actually decent compared to all the practice. The thing, I don't think I hit the wall one time for once. But I gave myself Xfinity gave me a 5 laps start penalty. 6 lap.
You mean to tell me your car wasn't as fast as Xfinity 10G?
I mean to tell you that I was rivaling Gary for internet this week.
Yeah, you were. I saw you blinking around in practice. So I was like, here we go.
And yeah, I'm not a happy camper right now.
I imagine not. With the little bit of time I spent around you, your car was quick.
Yeah.
You passed me a few times.
I think everybody passed you a few times.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I was so confused when I passed Jonathan. What was going up with him today?
That poor guy was just trying to get the car to turn. It was tight. It was tight. He was doing everything he could to drive it with his feet, and it wasn't working.
If this was open setup, I'd say the 72 had the R&D setup. But unfortunately, we can't blame that. All we can do is blame iRacing and the absolute dog shit setups that they love to give us here.
It wasn't terrible, I don't think. I mean, it just trended tight. This track tends to do that.
Every iRacing oval track and car on the service seems to be that way.
It's just not true.
I don't understand, and I said this on my personal Twitch stream, earlier in the race. I'm like,
shameless self-plug, unreal.
If I'm Chad Knaus and Jimmy Johnson pulls in after a full fuel run, and I see that the inside of his right front is at 7% left and the outside is at 100% left, I'm going to be tearing the entire right front suspension out of the car and replacing it because something's broken.
What if I told you that you're driving it wrong?
That doesn't make that much of a difference. That doesn't bring the inside all the way down to 7 and the outside to 100. Like, that's still like horrible camber. Now, admittedly, I don't know. I'll just say this. I would not mind throwing a few bucks at somebody to help me figure out what the fuck I'm doing wrong. Because like tonight was...
DM you my PayPal. Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
If you genuinely help me, like, I am down for anybody. Like, I don't... Like, tonight was... I felt like I wasn't doing anything wrong per se. I was like, okay, I feel like I'm driving off the right rear. I'm balancing it with the throttle, and yet the front, like I didn't feel like I was cranking the front that hard. I felt like I was driving off the rear, not the front, but still, you're actually driving off the front, but I couldn't feel that.
Really don't want to hear about Bobby cranking the front.
Nobody does.
I guess it's better than cranking the rear.
That's valid. So in terms of race recap, by the way, there was basically nothing to look at. We ran green all the way with the exception of the stage. Was there any incidents of note that you'd like to scroll through here and take a peek at that we want to look at publicly on stream? Or
apparently McWhorter and Chris kind of touched at the line, coming to the line, but other than that, Jim and Nick Ospec got into it at some point. I don't know when, but it sounded like they both just kind of got loose.
Anybody get caught on pit road speeding?
No, I got a stupid unsafe pit exit under yellow though. I don't know that I did anything, but we did have one incident in the interest of officiating.
It's still under. It's been sent to the official replay booth in Toronto for evaluation. So
Toronto, we're running the WOSCRL replay booth, and the same guys that do NHL, they're definitely gonna get it wrong. Holy crap! No, I think it was just kind of a par for the course. I don't know. I didn't ever see the leaders. They never came around to lap me, and I never saw them after the green flag flew on either restart. So
here's the last couple of. Let's see. We'll go to lap 99 here. This is the 32 and the 13. I believe there was mention of some contact coming to the line. We'll take a look at this, and we'll go through the official race rundown, the finishing results here in just a quick moment. I've already got this started, so we might as well finish this. I seriously need to get like a little like sheet to put next to my.
That's right.
Next to my computer, so that I have like a list of what I'm doing, because I'm trying to do this all off of memory every week, and that's why I keep screwing it up.
Your memory's not that good.
True.
Like
I store my
Discord.
Exactly.
While we're looking at this, we're gonna.
I really like the 13's paint.
I really hate it, and I'll tell you why. The scheme looks good. The spec map. Poorly executed.
The spec map sucks.
Look at his headlights. Look at his headlights.
Yeah.
Look at his headlights.
Yeah.
And then look at his decals. They're all wrong. It's all wrong.
It's almost like the specs inverted.
5 minutes with that fucking PSD file.
It's almost like the specs. It's almost like the spec is inverted. Like what's really chrome shouldn't be chrome, and what shouldn't be chrome is chrome.
That's just hard
cutting
racing
the course.
there.
We're gonna put him to the back. I think. I think that seems like a good thing to do.
I mean.
No possible drama could come from that, could it?
I mean, I'm down for that just purely from a competition standpoint.
Purely from the Discord would explode standpoint. No, yeah, just good hard racing coming to the line. I got no issues with that. But that's the that is the notable incident of the race. So that kind of tells you how everything went. I mean, look at these spreads. That was the closest battle on track coming to the line.
Yeah, here's
the next closest is 4/10.
Our finishing order here, we've got Aaron Smith coming away with the win. The Banana Man does it again. So how many wins is that on the season for him? Is that 3 out of 4?
Yeah. Mark won Sonoma.
Yeah.
Last week.
So Aaron is 3 for 4. Oscar Jensen coming through with a second place finish. That's quite a drive for Oscar. Good job there, getting up there among the big hitters for sure. Chris Stouffer bringing home another top 5 finish. Is he 4 for 4 on top 5s? I think. He's had a really strong start to the season for sure. His return back here to the WOSCRL. The Driven Motorsports cars bringing up the tail end of the top 5. Not something that we can really say very often. McWhorter coming home in 4th and Mark Whitley coming home in 5th. Whitley was on the pole tonight. And those guys, obviously, you can see by the spreads there, they were pretty much head and shoulders above the rest of the field. Aaron Wilson, or I'm sorry, Alan Wilson coming home, and yeah, I knew it started with an A.
How many times does that guy have to finish inside the top 10 before you get his name right?
Well, first of all, the jackass who changed the names so that way they don't show up right here in iRacing needs to go back in and fix that. Ow, ow, sorry, that was
Now
me.
that I know that it's you, I was going to do it, but now that I know that it's you, I'm going to bug you about it every day until it's fixed.
I'll go fix it as soon as we're done here. But we talked about this in the race among ourselves. I changed it because we have 3 different Smiths, and so I thought that if I did this, that it would show up correctly on the broadcast. That way you could see, the different. That way you could identify them. But apparently that didn't work. So Alan Wilson coming home 6th. Good job there for the Highside Motorsports. Top runner for Highside here tonight, coming home 6th. Gary Smith.
Or it's the basement, boys.
Gary Smith's internet held. The Ethernet cord did well tonight. Brought him home with a P7. Bryce Shoemaker.
1 megabit down.
Yeah. Bryce Shoemaker coming home 8th. Lawrence Shaughnessy 9th. And Tim Hendry bringing up the top 10. Then we had Jonathan Smith, as we mentioned before. He had a little bit of a rough night on the driven team, coming home 11th. Keith Shoemaker 12th. I brought it home in 13th somehow on the lead lap. Like I said, it helps when you spend a minute less on pit road. And you finish tail end of the lead lap. Then Nick Osipek 1 lap down in 14th. Jim Foskett a couple down in 15th. Nicky Bobby, with the internet issues, was able to make up one of those when we had our stage yellow. Comes home 5 laps down in 16th. Tristan Ferris, did he finish, or did he finish on track, or did he DNF?
No, he pulled it off in the garage.
He pulled it off. So yeah, Tristan Ferris bringing it home at the tail end of the field, 17th, 25 laps down. All right, so that's kind of our quick race recap. Are we ready to?
Yeah, let's bring old Chad Little up here. Gary Smith, driver of the number 7. If I can figure out how to move him, there it is. 97. The number 97. John Deere machine. Gary Smith, talk to us, buddy. How'd your race go?
Yeah, it was all right. I ain't got nothing to complain about. I finally led laps. It wasn't the last one.
You've been up there this year, man. You've got speed. You just need to translate that into internet.
Yeah, I just need to not be stupid as well. I was killing like the whole right side of my car the entire race. But what was stupid to me was I took a picture of the tire wear when I was going down the backstretch, getting sped back up. And I was actually pretty even. It was within like 2%. On the right side, but it still sucked.
I saw your post, dude. The wear looked good. The temps were a little out of whack, but the wear looked good.
Yeah, I was spinning the crap out of the back tires the entire race.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys made speed like that. I couldn't figure it out. 2-mile ovals are not my strong suit anyway. And then you just add 900 horsepower, and I'm more worried about keeping the tires under it. And I still didn't manage to do that. So,
that was my first race at Michigan. I'm all right with it.
Well, hopefully it leads into things to come. So let me ask you about your paint scheme, since there's not really anything to go over for the race because this was the second most boring race in WOSCRL history. Why Chad Little?
I really have no clue.
You just, I mean, do you hop out there on Saturday afternoons on your John Deere and putt around the yard?
Well, I drive a tractor every single day because I live on a farm.
Oh, and there you go.
That explains the internet connection.
It does. I live on the very, very last connection of a DSL cable. I found out.
His poor mom's out there with the butter churner, which is also winding up the modem.
Now, my mom's asleep half the time.
That's questionable.
And my dad busted his knee up, so I'm really the only guy running the farm. Nothing against my dad, just he's getting old.
Well, people tend to do that, unfortunately. We don't all stay young. Just ask Bobby; he's older than dirt.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's bald.
Yep.
Now, is your Discord profile picture a picture of you?
No, it is in fact a
That's-
picture of Dale Earnhardt Jr. with Bob Ross hair.
Yeah, you
Oh, okay, I
you
see it
can't
now.
see that. Like,
No, it's small. I've never paid attention to it until just now. I was really hoping you had a fantastic afro because that's how I
No.
see you in my brain.
No, I got a mullet.
Okay, mullets are good. We like mullets.
I hate mullets.
Now,
Bobby,
as long as you don't go the Noah Gragson route of cutting the mullet off and replacing it with a bowl cut, it'll be good.
Pretty
how you
sure
gonna how you gonna get a
Grayson-
bowl cut in 1 week and get punched in the face the next week?
I think he deserved it just for the bowl cut.
So I'm
Did
pretty
you see,
sure
like-
that his
That's
damn bowl
shit.
cut is like he just didn't take his helmet off when he got a haircut.
Chest.
No,
like,
because it would have
like-
just been cut like down to here, and it would have probably looked
He
pretty
went almost
bad.
on
But
this.
unless he's
no,
got a
what-
brain bucket for a
so-
motorcycle helmet or something.
So what happened, my speculation is that while he was grabbing Chastain's uniform, Ross was like, is there any way that I can hit you hard enough to knock that hair off your head? Because that's terrible. And I think he gave it the old college try on knocking the hair loose, but was unsuccessful.
Look, Noah, if nothing else, I took two things away from that incident since we're talking about it. One, Ross Chastain can do literally no wrong and is destined for greatness in everything he tries. And two, if Noah wasn't driving race cars, he'd be a UFC champion right now with that fucking jaw. He barely, like, his hair moved more than his fucking
yeah.
head did.
He was
That
shook
dude
though.
could
That
make a
interview
fucking punch.
afterwards.
Yeah, he just
No,
got punched in the face.
Well, that's his adrenaline
He'd be
wound
shook
up. Like,
too.
I saw, like I found a couple of freeze frames. Like, yeah, Ross got him, but like as soon as Ross gets him, if that security boy hadn't have gotten a hold of that fist,
Fucking Jerry
That
Rice
right-
just jumped in
that
there.
that right was coming in. That right was cocked and ready to go. Like that thing was coming in hot.
I'm just trying to figure out why
and
Noah
Je- and
feels like he
Jerry
needs
Rice
to wind up
and Jerry
for
Rice
3 years
intercepts
to
it.
throw a punch. Fucking Jerry. I was like, I seriously watched that video like the first 3 times I saw the replay. I was like, is that Jerry Rice?
What the fuck is Jerry Rice doing at the NASCAR
He
race?
hurting for cash? Like, what's happening here? In Kansas, no less. What's Jerry Rice doing in Kansas? Get this guy the fuck out of here.
Chastain
no.
said, "A big man once told me we have a no push policy."
I'm trying to figure out who the big man is.
Justin Marks himself says he has no clue where that came from.
A big man at track.
Wow.
The quote was a big man at Trackhouse. So it's not Justin because Justin's a race car driver,
Gotta
which
be-
means he's
it's
no
gotta be
taller than
Pitbull.
5'6".
From
Yeah, Pitbull.
from
It's
what
gotta be
I
Pitbull.
caught, from
I'm
what
sorry, but I don't think Pitbull could fight his way out of a paper bag.
from what
No,
I
but
caught
he's got
in
yeah.
Justin Marks had he's on weekly with Dave Moody on Sirius Hillbilly Speedway.
Hey,
It's
you
entertaining.
leave the
for
Godfather
sure.
out of this.
He'll block me. So he asked him, was like, where did that come from? And Justin was like, first of all, I have no idea. I like how Justin felt like he genuinely had to say, well, we do not have a written policy in the employee handbook at Trackhouse Racing. But so like, well, no shit, you can't do that.
He
Like
shouldn't
that's.
in the first place.
But anyways, Justin said that he thinks that last year when Ross was in the middle of some stuff, him and his crew guys kind of like had a chat amongst themselves and basically said, hey, we're literally not going to let anyone push us around. If shit
What you're telling
happens
me
and
is-
somebody comes after, so I believe it was among his crew guys. So I'm going to say, since he says it was a big man told him, I'm going to go with the gas man.
See, me and Bobby are on the same wavelength because whoever Chocolate Myers is for Trackhouse,
Yes.
whoever's Trackhouse Chocolate Myers said, you don't get pushed around, boy. And
I
you
never
know
thought
that
of
guy
it.
came from a D1 football program somewhere, so. I'm trying to think what fucking. Oh, speaking of Dave Moody, since you
Oh,
love him so
no.
much, did you see his take on Twitter about
Oh,
the
my
fucking
God.
throwback schemes? I think it was Friday.
Yeah, it was.
He was like, if it was
Dave
never raced
Moody
in a
with
NASCAR
a-
race, we're not throwing back to anything. And then like somebody asked him about the Ken Block schemes, and he goes, great tribute to a great man. I'm like, hey,
What?
you're talking out of both sides of your ass here, bud. What are we doing?
Kind of hypocrite there.
I mean,
Actions hypocritical. Tweet of the fucking week from Caitlin Larson, by the way.
we're talking about Dave Moody, though, right? Like, isn't that what he does?
You know, leave Dave alone, okay?
There's-
He is my drive home entertainment.
Dave,
All
let's
12
just say
minutes
that
of
there's definitely, I feel like, a reason that he is, for a long time he had co-hosts. It was a 2-person deal on Sirius Speedway. It was Moody and who was the first one? Is it Susie Q? Was the first one, I think. She was on there with him. It was every day. And then Angie Skinner was on there for a long time as well as a co-host. And they're both gone, and he has no co-hosts with the exception of Trevor Bain for like 1 hour a week.
1 hour a week, like 4 to 5 on Tuesdays or something like that.
So
And he's got like the monologue with Margot at the beginning of the show. The first half hour of the show is him and Margot talking back and forth.
yeah, well, what I think's interesting is every other show has 2 hosts from morning to night. So Morning Drive, obviously, Pete Pistone and the Bagman, and then you jump to
Hey!
and then it's Danielle Trotta, Larry Mack, and then it's
Or
Chocolate
Corey
and John
LaJoy,
Roberts, or Corey
or
LaJoy on
Jordan
Tuesdays.
Bianchi, or
Yeah. But they always have a second person, and then it's Chocolate and John Roberts, and then they go into Moody, who's solo for 4 hours, which is Morning Drive also 4 hours, or is it 3?
Morning Drive is 4, 7 to 11.
So yeah, then Moody goes for 4
I don't
hours by
listen every day or
himself.
anything.
And then after that, depending on what day of the week it is, I think Monday and Tuesday you get Todd Gordon and God, I cannot remember who else hosts the night show on Mondays and Tuesdays with him. It's one of the MRN guys, I think. And then
It's Todd and Brad Gilly.
Brad Gilly, that's who it is. Yeah, Brad Gilly and Todd
PRN.
Gordon. And then a couple nights a week, like one night, I think Manifold Destiny with Mojo, and then Claire B. Lang has a night, I think.
Oh, Destiny. Yeah, she does dialed in on Wednesdays and other night schedule. I can't keep up with.
I'll give a hot take here, by the way. Claire B. Lang is like a very hard worker, but I just do not like listening to her show.
Terrible take.
Terrible
take. L take. Big fat fucking L take of the week.
I'll take it.
Bobby gets my what an idiot.
I respect the hell out of the work that she does. I just
Points are up.
try to listen to her.
Points are up.
It's you
All right,
need that second person.
Since we're critiquing
Sirius XM hosts.
Sirius XM, I'm still in 4th in points. We'll take that. 6 days a week, twice on Sunday.
All right, let's see if I can pull that up here.
We'll just run it down real quick. Not a lot has changed. Aaron, still at the top. You win 3 out of 4. You're going to be the points leader. McWhorter in second. He's top 5, 3 out of 4. What race did he not top 5? Tonight? No, he top Daytona. Stouffer, 4 top 5s. 3rd place in points. Somehow me in 4th. Tied with our special guest this evening at 136 points, both of us. Gary, you jumped 2 spots in the points tonight. Congratulations, brother.
Oh, thank you.
I
didn't know that.
Oscar is in 6th. Mark is in 7th. 3 spots there. Luke losing 4 spots because I don't know what his excuse was tonight, but I'm sure he's got one. Nikki, you are sitting in 9th.
Still in top 10 land. I'll take it.
Bryce is in 10th, and I think that's our playoff cutoff. I don't know how many we're taking, but
10.
Okay, so yeah, Bryce is our cutoff man right now.
Bryce has come up like quite a bit the last 3 weeks.
A couple of top 10s right in a row there. That'll help him for sure. Tristan in 11th, Keith in 12th, which Keith has been really consistently just okay this year. He's not, multiple laps down.
Well, okay. So with Keith, the big change this year is we haven't had a bunch of cautions for him to pile into.
And he still almost got piled into in the. He still almost got wiped out in the unnamed incident that occurred tonight. Missed it by inches.
I almost got wiped out in that too. I had to drive around all of them.
I completely killed him.
Every time I saw something like that in front of me, I was like, "Oh, caution, lap back." Nope.
Jim in 13th, Tim Hendry in 14th, John Barry not showing up tonight. Obviously loses a bunch of spots. Nick Ospek in 16th. Bobby, you're down there tied with Nick in 16th. Alan Wilson jumped 3 spots tonight because he actually showed up. Bustle not showing up, lost him 4 spots, down in 19th. John in 20th, but he's only raced 2 races. So, like, of the guys that have either raced all their races or just used their drop week for an absence, not a whole lot of movement. Couple positions here and there. Obviously, Mark moving up now that he's coming in.
Yeah, he's getting into his rhythm here. Finish top 5 every week, even if it's a P5 like tonight. He'll start leapfrogging and getting all those spots for sure.
And then the team standings, which we haven't really looked at, but I don't think they matter too much. I don't know if there's a prize for teams or not. Driven Motorsports and Highside Motorsports are like the only real. Well, Firestorm. Who's Nismo? I don't even know.
But that Driven was the one that Josh was on last year.
Oh, so that's Ospec and those guys.
The Fords. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Driven and Highside up at the top. Driven's 27 points ahead of us. Like I said, I don't think it really matters, but for the record. But yeah, so not a whole lot of change in the points. Top 3 stay the same. I move up to 4th with Luke's absence, but I'll be gone in 2 weeks. So
I'm a little bit too close to that cutoff line for comfort right now.
Yeah, you'll move up though. You've had so much speed this season. I'm not worried about you at all. You'll point your way in. Apparently, only 2 guys are going to win. So
what was that? 2 weeks ago, when at the beginning of the race, I said this car suits me, and you
I laughed because I talk shit. Yeah,
you talk shit right. And said, "Oh, I'll ask you again in 20 laps." I looked at lap 20. That's when I was passing you.
That sounds about right. Interesting note here. There are 5 guys that have run every lap of every race this year. And they are the top 5 in points. Aaron, Joseph, Chris, myself, and our special guest, Gary. So just an interesting little thing to look at.
I was only missing 1 lap after last week. This internet thing fucked me.
Kill you, man.
Yep, you're a couple miles short of us. We have run a total of 795.95 miles so far this season in 4 races. So do with that information what you will.
It's gonna get really skewed next week.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're gonna be drinking beer early when we go out to the Appalachian Mountains out there in Bristol, Tennessee.
Oh, it's Bristol?
Yeah, next week's Bristol.
Heck yeah.
We might be firing up the fucking post-race show with me already half cut. I'm kind of excited about it, actually.
Yeah, Bristol's hands down my favorite track.
Well, you better go out there and win. I don't care I won't even penalize you if you turn that fucking yellow car. God knows.
I wanted to turn one a lot today.
Oh no! Please turn the yellow car. I'm racing him in the bracket next week.
I'm excited for Bristol, man. This will be a good segue to talk about how we feel about next week.
It's not like the 87 with this car.
Horsepower. You're not gonna be able to keep it under yet.
What I mean with the 87, last time they went there in officials, I did a race. I was driving balls off in like 4th place the whole time. The guy who won the race never pitted for gas. Everybody else did. The dude just won the race. And when they asked him about it at the end, he just came out and said, "Oh, I just never put my visor down, just cruised." I was like,
It's not a good one. I tried
it the next race and I won, and it was just like, what the hell? That should not be an option.
Well, I mean, look at. I always go back to this. I mean, look at Luke. He ran 125 laps in that 87 car on one set of fucking tires. I still.
Was that Bristol?
Yeah. Season 1 should have won that race.
I wasn't here yet.
Luke should have pit.
I came in the Arcas.
He wasn't a teammate then. He was just some guy I was fucking chasing in the silver fucking 4 car. But yeah, I'm excited for Bristol. Everything I've heard is the car drives good there. It's not crazy.
Like butter there.
Yeah. So I'm excited for it. I like that track. If we can run some green, I'll be really excited. I just worried with this league and short tracks, man. We've got a history
Oh, is it bad?
fucking wearing out the damn flag, man.
Yeah.
So,
but not so much at Bristol. The last one I feel like went pretty green when we went in the trucks. There were maybe 2 or 3.
Mickey, you got to lay off that fucking California Kush, buddy, because we were wrecking all over the place. I think when we went in the trucks, that was when me and Kreider and Marcus and.
Oh no, I missed the truck race. That was on my birthday.
Yeah, we had a bunch of that shit. The ARCA car was a little bit better at Bristol, just because it got hard to drive.
No,
but
with this group of guys, I feel like it's the flat short tracks where we just have issues.
Do we go to New Hampshire this year? Please tell me we go to New Hampshire this year. No, we don't.
We go to Milwaukee, which is New Hampshire with a shitty fucking pit road. It's just like
I'm gonna miss that race.
It's got that weird hole in the wall that you have to like turn into on this front
watching.
stretch.
Isn't it like the second oldest track that's still active?
Yes, it's. Yeah. I was looking at some old racetracks the other day at work, bored as hell, and that one was built in like 1938 or 1939, something ridiculous.
I thought it was earlier.
I was excited for the truck.
I think it was a horse track before that.
Wait, half the short tracks in America was a horse racing track.
Hell, Dover still is a horse track.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was excited for the truck series to go back there, but then I remembered it's the fucking truck series, and Carson Hocevar is likely going to right hook somebody into fucking Narnia.
And Michael Waltrip will be right there to make sure that he laps up all the tiers.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand the fucking hate. Why is nobody hating on who was Michael Waltrip really excited about today? He was excited about somebody during the Xfinity race.
And nobody cares because it's Michael Waltrip. Anything that he says just ticks me off.
I liked Michael Waltrip until he started driving Toyotas.
And then he put.
Why are you driving a Toyota?
Then he put jet fuel in it.
I went for Toyotas because of my car number.
Wait,
what's your car number?
00.
So I hate Michael Waltrip because he drove Toyotas. Drives an MWR number in a Toyota.
Right.
I have the confusion, Bobby. Explain yourself.
Yes.
Nick, Bobby. God damn it, Mickey. Explain yourself.
So when I first started getting into NASCAR, well, first race I ever watched, I was 11 years old, and that was in 2001. That put me off of NASCAR for a long time.
Was that the Daytona 500 in 2001, perchance?
It was.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Damn, you're a lot older than me.
Yeah, I'm 33.
Okay. Yeah, that actually checks out. That maths.
More than double.
When I started getting back into it, it was when Trevor Bayne won the Daytona 500.
2011. I'll never forget.
2011.
The fucking Wood Brothers.
That
I looked at me and my dad sat and watched that. And I looked at my dad and went, "Who the fuck is Trevor Bayne?"
So that season, I started watching everything. I was watching qualifying. That's when they were doing the preseason Thunder back in the day, which was just awesome.
Heyday of Speed Channel.
All through, yeah, exactly. So
Inject Jeff Hammond pre-race shows in my veins, please.
I was watching qualifying at Texas, and when I watched that motherfucker walk out of that car, I just like fell in love with that Aaron Spain scream. Yes, Michael McDowell.
Yeah. Didn't McDowell destroy the car at Texas in qualifying?
Yep.
Yeah, that was like
destroy is an understatement.
Destroy is an understatement. That was that one where everybody thought he was dead. And that was the
Yeah.
first true test of the COT for safety.
That I remember I was watching that qualifying session, and I was trying to go to school at the time, so I lived with my grandparents to try to save a little bit of money. I'm sitting in my room watching TV, and he hit the wall, and I don't know what I yelled. I yelled something, and my grandma comes in and it's like, "What happened?" And I'm just sitting there with my jaw like halfway to the floor, and I'm just sitting there like I'm frozen. I'm like, "What the fuck did I just see?" And then he gets
A
out, and
reaction
I'm
to
like,
Ryan Newman a few years ago.
Shit.
Then as I start watching, David Rudman gets in that car, he starts winning. I start watching some older races, particularly the Japan race in 1998.
Suzuka, the old
No,
all-season
not
exhibition.
Suzuka.
Motegi?
Motegi. The oval one when Junior and Dale raced each other for the first time in the Coca-Cola schemes.
Was
Oh yeah.
Suzuka 97 then?
Yeah.
So
Suzuka was
97, and then in 98
96.
they did 3 races
Suzuka
there.
was 96.
98.
That was
But
2 at the time, so
one of
forgive me
my
for not remembering.
clients at my job
Dude.
actually was a gas man on the Lucas Oil car during that time. He was telling me about all the logistics of getting the cars to Japan. They were sending those things over there 6 months before the race. And these small teams were stressing because they only had one road course car. What are we supposed to do? Like, they had to wait until
Are
the
we gonna get
Glen
it back
was
for
over.
Sonoma? Like,
No, like they had to wait for the Glen because those races were in the middle of winter, off season.
mhm.
When they went to the Glen, those cars, you can watch those races. All those drivers drove so much softer those years because those cars got off the track, drained the oil, went into a shipping container, and then went to Japan. They didn't even go back to the shop.
Wow.
But the guy who drove the 0-0 in that race was the real life Drift King. Whatever, I can't even pronounce his name.
I can't pronounce his name, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh,
He's the
yeah.
guy that made the 88.6 popular.
Yes, exactly. And if you watch Tokyo Drift, he's the dude that's fishing when he's learning how to
Wait, he
drift.
voice acted in that?
He did a cameo in it.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, he did a cameo in it, and so that movie, there was no filming of that movie done in Japan, but there was.
Animation.
No, they did it illegally, and they made him the director at the time, so they could kind of do it. They told the Japanese government that he was the director of the movie, and lied. And then once they were out of the country, it all came to, and they just tried not to ever go back.
That works.
Well, this has been a fun history lesson. All right. So, Bobby, let's recap picks from last week. Did anybody pick James Dennis Hamlin?
Oh crap! Did
I
I?
picked him the week before.
Yeah.
No,
I think
I'm
you did pick
wondering
him the
if
week before.
I picked the guy who made the most news.
I don't.
Did you pick Ross the Boss Chastain?
I did.
I don't even remember.
I'm becoming a Ross fan slowly. It's like,
I love everything about Trackhouse.
and I do not like Kyle Petty all that much at all. But with his little take on Ross last week, he hit it dead on. The only thing Ross needs to do is just put that black hat on and own it.
I hate the Dale Earnhardt comparison, though.
It doesn't have to be Dale Earnhardt. I mean, Kyle Busch did the same thing. Joey Logano was the most hated driver on the track for years because he drove like that.
I mean,
look
yeah.
at what he did
Yeah.
to Carl Edwards when he had the championship in his grasp. Like,
Fair. Yeah, if Ross the dude finds a way to make chicken salad out of chicken shit every single time he finds himself in some chicken shit. So,
and on top
I
of that,
really,
he's bringing people to the sport to go watch, and that's.
I think I said it last week. I love everything the Trackhouse is doing. I love everything about what they bring to the fan and
Bringing
to the
Kimmy in
racetrack
and stuff like that.
and just making the sport like, hey, look, there's me. Every team needs to look at what Justin Marks is doing and say, half of our fan base is dead or dying. We need to figure something out.
And they're the only winning team that hasn't been caught cheating up the cars yet. Like, have they?
Penske hasn't
I
been caught yet.
think
You know,
they
I'm-
had problems
I'm
today. I
I'm
think
trying
it
to
I'm trying not
was.
to think about Reddick.
I know
Reddick-
I
Reddick.
know Reddick,
Reddick
but I
did.
think Chastain had issues getting through tech today. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong. I was watching qualifying while I was working today. But
Well, it's not uncommon for those guys to have a couple issues with pre-race tech, but I don't remember them getting popped for anything post-race.
no, they haven't been penalized. But
Like they've been taken back to the R&D center, I'm sure several times. Never been.
I mean, that was
dinged
true
with
for the
anything.
3-car until it wasn't.
Well,
Oh,
true.
wait, here we go. Maybe I'm wrong. According to the weekly penalty report, the Trackhouse Racing drivers received $50,000 fine. When was this? It's Daniel
Well, yeah.
Suarez.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
I
was
was gonna say
the-
That's the pit road thing. So
Yeah, that was the pit road thing.
What
What are you doing, Pit Road?
Yeah, you might be right, but that just means they haven't been caught yet.
that's true.
I mean, everybody's cheating. It's just how blatant is it? Apparently, they found something on that
Go
45 that they did not like. They sent his crew chief home.
How about your
Well-
driver last week?
What about my driver? Ran top 10. Did good. Proud of the kid.
Austin Dillon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't they
Yeah,
penalize him after the race?
Yeah, they held.
for...
No. They penalized him after Martinsville. The appeal went through last week.
I thought somebody got in trouble
Real quick
during
about it, ain't
inspection last week for something to do with the cam bolt what holds the damn splitter on.
Yeah, that was at Martinsville. They fucking welded the cam bolt together so they could adjust the front splitter at Martinsville.
The
That just
fuck?
tells you that Keith Rodden has his head stuck so far up his fucking ass, he's got no idea what to do with himself. I'm just.
No, that's actually
been a
kind of
long year
smart because if they don't
already.
catch them at Martinsville, I mean, which they obviously failed at, but like let's say they don't catch them at Martinsville, then they go to a track like Kansas, they got that adjustable splitter. Everybody else is screwed.
That's just not true. And I hate to say this because he's my driver and I root for him every week and drinking out of a fucking Austin Dillon koozie right now. But fuck, the boy,
Wow.
no, that's just not true. He runs top 5 instead of top 10. Outside of a plate track, that he's not a pick. I hate to say it, but that ain't the
So-
pick.
So I'll be honest, I don't remember who the hell I picked last week.
I thought you were writing them down.
I thought I did too, and I'm looking for it, and I can't find it.
Jesus Christ, this guy's getting fired.
So I'm already set up for this week's picks to be
MTJ
able
on
to put 'em.
pole.
I picked William Byron last week, and that didn't play. I feel like somebody had Larson.
Oh,
One of the
I
guests
had
had Larson.
I had Reddick. I thought
You might
That-
have.
that
That,
sounds
sounds
because
right.
I said the
That sounds
45 car 3 in a row. I think is what I did. I said Bubba was going to be good, but the 45 car was going to get it, and then of course Bubba was the best 2311 car last week.
Yep. No F1 this week since we're going into picks. No F1 this week. But we do have the throwbacks.
Got IndyCar
so-
at Indianapolis Road Course. We never give IndyCar any love.
All right.
Oh wait,
no.
people care about IndyCar outside of
Yes.
Memorial Day?
I mean, I
Nope.
try to.
I follow it.
This is a iRacing based show. We can't say those words.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
IndyCar's banned.
The
You
American
have
Open.
iRacing on the screen and said IndyCar, we're getting fired.
The American Open Wheel Series that has a large event in central Indiana.
Series formerly known as CART.
Literally not even a large event. I bet if you asked like 99% of Americans, they think that IndyCar runs once a year. I mean, if you want to go ahead and give Indy GP picks, I'm cool with that.
I
You
haven't
realize
watched
that
any
it already
practice, so I have
happened?
no idea. Oh wait,
Oh
did
yeah,
did
that
the
was
race
today, wasn't it?
Yo, what's wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
That shows
I
how
thought
much
y'all
I
Yeah, that's
realized,
right.
but y'all
Presley
keep
was,
putting
I'm not
yakking
trying-
on it.
Presley was
try-
posting videos of Rex
I-
in our
That just
Discord.
Hello beat the crap out of everybody. I think.
I've been
Did it-
out
did
of the
Blow
house
win it?
like
I'm gonna
all
go
day.
ahead and say that Alex Pillow wins this week.
Yeah, I'm picking Alex Blow as well.
Man, really, that's
I was gonna
such
look really
unique.
silly. I was gonna look really silly picking fucking Scotty Mac. That would have been just not cool.
God
think
bless
Y'all would have let
America.
me do that too.
12th or something. I don't know. All I know is Will
Um,
Power got 16th, and who drives the stupid 2 car? He got 8th.
Joseph Newgarden.
Yeah, there you go. He got
See, I
8th.
know a little something about IndyCar. All right, since IndyCar already happened, Bobby, way to go step on yourself on that one.
Yeah.
Good job. Bro.
Foot firmly planted in your mouth.
Should we
Let's-
guess who wins the Xfinity race as well?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Kyle Larson on that one.
Yeah.
Man, I hope John
And if
Hunter
it was
Nemechek
one lap
can pull
shorter, it would have
it
been John Hunter. Let's do cup picks.
Cup picks and then
Super-
favorite throwback of the weekend. Favorite paint scheme.
Yep. That's exactly where I was gonna go. So as is tradition, since we only have one guest, we'll go with Gary. Give me your cup pick and your favorite throwback from the weekend. That's not the Chrome Illusion, because the Chrome Illusion is everybody's favorite.
I think that thing sucks personally, but then again, I just don't like Jeff Gordon.
Holy awful fucking take.
I really don't care. So we're
All right,
good.
give me your pick.
I think it's gonna be Kyle Busch.
Shut up, bitch!
Starting 12.
Yeah.
Starts 12.
Yeah.
Not going to blow a motor from the lead this time because ECR engines don't explode. They just break
Yeah.
rockers at Daytona.
How about that?
Don't hate it. Don't love it either. I think Kyle is the experiment car now that he's got 2 wins. So
Yeah, pretty much. I can't pick a Ford, obviously, even though I'm the biggest Ford geek on the East Coast. But yeah.
It was at this moment
know.
that he knew he fucked up.
Have
All
too
right,
much
Bobby.
fun with that.
All right, who's up next?
you.
Oh, I'll go next. Oh boy. All right, Darlington.
We use first names here.
Unless I'm
Oh,
talking
let's
to Nikki
see.
and then I call him Bobby too, because
We just call Bobby Baldman.
how my fucking brain works, unfortunately.
Let's see. Gosh, the speed in the 43 is there, but man, they've given me no reason to actually think that they can follow through this season. My heart wants to go 43. Let's see. I'll go.
I don't even see the 43 on the grid. There it
Heck
is.
around 36th.
28th.
Yep, there you go. That's
Oh,
around 36.
He was second fastest in practice.
And 36th in qualifying.
On a track.
Second
fastest
all
in
track
his group.
position.
He was in Group B,
Oh, yeah,
right?
there
All
we
those
go.
guys were slower.
Oh yeah, he was pretty slow. Damn. I only had the practice speed pulled up. I'm gonna say this is a Martin Truex Jr. kind of track. He's always
That's not the right one.
Let's just go with the safe pick and take the pole sitter.
There we go. Fucking empty. No.
He's gonna blow up
Wrong.
eventually.
Wrong. Negative. MTJ is a terrible pick, and let me tell you why. The Toyotas are going to run good for stage 1. Toyotas are going to run good for stage 2. And the Toyotas are going to fall off the map after the green flag flies on stage 3. And it's going to be a Chevy fest up front. Go ahead, Bob. Nikki, let me
That's exactly what I was
hear what you have to say. Oh, wait. Favorite Nikki, you didn't give me a favorite throwback because I
Bobby
hit you with the
didn't.
shut up, bitch.
Did Gary
Bobby
do a
did.
favorite throwback either? I thought we were gonna go
No.
back around to that.
Okay, we'll go back around. Nikki, who's your pick?
I was really hoping that I'd see Harvick do better this week for qualifying, but
He sucks.
he's just not doing good. I think Byron this week.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're
Will Joey wreck him again?
Get into it because they
Some serious copium after Byron's pretty lackluster couple of weeks. I feel like the summer lull is hitting that 2014. Or they could just come out and the 24 and the 5 will stink up the show like they have been this year. Oh, race pick. Oh, man. You know, I really wanted to fade Larson hard this week just because he's been so close but always managed to step on himself. But that
He
young
lost
man...
a win to a wreck last week. He might win.
Yeah, but he got wrecked 2 weeks in a row.
That's true.
So, like, does the pattern hold? The young man did go out there and show everybody why he's the best in the fucking world, no matter what kind of steering wheel he's holding. But I still kind of want to fade him. I feel like it's going to be a Chevy. And I feel like it's going to come out of the Hendrick camp. And Josh Quinn might shit his pants when he hears this.
Uh-oh.
But here it comes. Somebody cue up the Mickey sounds. Give me the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Give me the 9.
Emotional damage.
It just feels like, you know, I harken back to 2020. That first race back, he gets turned by Kyle Busch, and he's just been okay.
And tells him he's his number one favorite person.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why. Something tells me that 9 car is going to mosey on up there in that old Dodge dealer's knockoff scheme that he stole my number font, and now I can't run it on the Cup car anymore because I don't want to be mistaken for a Chase Elliott fan.
That's not a DI thing.
Yeah, give me awesome Chase from round that place in Dawsonville. Give me Clyde
from the Dawsonville Gene Pool.
Hey man, that's a neat little town actually. If you've never been, I highly recommend it. I had my Dawsonville pool room shirt on a couple weeks ago for the post race show. All right, favorite throwback back around the horn, and you're not allowed to pick the Chrome Illusion because it's the best one. Go ahead, Gary.
It's actually from the Truck Series. Somebody did a Kim Block unicorn first paint scheme throwback. They even had the tape over the headlights, like actual how the thing was.
I saw that. Who was that did that?
I have no clue, but that truck looked gorgeous.
I feel like NASCAR has all the paint schemes on their website.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull that up and find it.
Oh yeah. Oh, were we going all 3 series, or were we going just Cup?
Your favorite across all 3 series, whichever one you like.
Ah, shit. Because there were some really good Truck Xfinity ones. I feel like Truck
that
Xfinity
Kyle Petty
had
truck,
better.
man. Ooh.
Yeah. Like that Raja Caruth truck looked really nice.
Yeah, Raja's truck looked good. Nick Sanchez's truck looked really good.
Yeah. Josh Berry's Circuit City thing looked very nice.
Oh yeah, that Tire Pros car today.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. All right, Bobby.
I am gonna go. Gosh, I haven't had a chance to see all the. I've seen bits and pieces of the Truck and Xfinity, but I didn't get a chance to really sit down and watch it. So the one that I know of that I'm going to go with as my favorite is going to be the one right there on the screen, the 99 of Daniel Suarez, that Quaker State, Ricky Rudd, Brett Bodine.
Oh, yeah, I like that one too.
With
go in the garage.
Brad Keselowski's John Force scheme, a very close second. Funny enough, another oil sponsor.
Oil's just better.
It's nice because Castrol, you know. Yeah, that 99 does look good. I do like that 99. Nikki, who you got?
I got 2 I really like and one that I just can't believe that nobody got fired for approving it. So we'll start with
Okay.
the shitty one. That god awful thing Kevin Harvick's going to be driving.
Oh
Yeah, that
God!
thing's awful.
What the fuck is that?
Where is it?
I didn't want to think about that.
The
Why'd you
Sunny
allow
Delight
It's-
car.
Oh,
a-
that bleh. That
It's
thing's terrible.
Somebody
a-
needs to be fired at Stuart Haas. Like
it's allegedly using
start
the
with-
same
let's
paint
start with
scheme
Gunther.
as his AOL car.
It
but
is,
uses all the
it's
wrong
orange on
colors.
orange.
Yeah, like what the
the
fuck?
two I like though, Ross's UPS car looks fucking amazing.
Yep.
And
The
does
fact
look
that
pretty
UPS
good.
is actually the sponsor, not Country Crock.
yeah. And then the Corey LaJoy one, it doesn't look all that great, but the story behind it is just awesome. Being
I
his
don't hate the
grandfather's
scheme
car.
either. Like
And it's not a bad scheme, other than you're going to be looking at it and thinking he's not the 7 car, he's the 7-Eleven car, which, you know what, take it.
hey, maybe putting that 11 car on or the 11 on the side of that might get Corey LaJoy a win. Let me go through. You're on J-Ski. Do they have the truck series up there?
That's what I'm looking for right now.
I see you scrolling through the cup stuff. I've got a lot of them I really like. This is literally my favorite weekend of the year because I'm such a fucking paint scheme nerd.
Paint schemes.
We're
Here we
gonna go. We're gonna go with some that suck. And I'll give reasons why. I'm not just gonna say this sucks. We've already gone over the Sunny Delight car. If you're gonna do the throwback to,
All right, I got
the
trucks up
AOL
on
car,
I
just
got
fucking
trucks
make
up
the
on
thing
screen.
blue and yellow. Share them in the Discord so I can see what we're looking at.
Oh
here.
shit.
Oh. Is that the NASCAR.com gallery that you just posted, Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking
Is
at
that-
that a second ago.
does
Oh,
that
there's
have all
paint
three?
schemes. Okay.
Does that have all three on one link?
It should. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Like there's the AOL car from back in the day. Oh, it's an iRacing picture, but
Hey, it works. We kind of talked about a couple of them. We're looking. Nick Sanchez's truck was fantastic. The Unicorn truck was fantastic.
Yeah.
Who's running that? I think it's Eric Almirola.
Baseball car?
Yeah, Eric Almirola throwing back to the All-Star Game cars is great.
yeah, that's a good one.
Chase Briscoe running the Tony Midget or Wingless Sprint, whatever. Or I don't know what kind of dirt car that is.
No,
But
that's
that thing
not a
looks
dirt
pretty
car,
fantastic.
It's an asphalt sprint car.
It's the Asphalt Sprint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Alex
the,
Bowman.
48 one looks pretty good.
the
Or
sleeper.
not Alex Bowman. Yeah, that 48 car looks fantastic. Ryan's car looks great. I always love those Mobile One schemes. At 99 is so good. It's so hard to pick. They're all so great. Justin's car looked fantastic out on track. Justin Allgaier's car looked fantastic out on track today.
Harrison Burns'
this-
car looks real nice.
This the Todd Gilliland car is a sleeper. It's the old Elton Sawyer. Was it Barbasol?
Newman's
Yeah, the old
looks good,
Barbasol
too.
car. Yep. Yeah, Newman, dude, those old Mobile One schemes used to get me
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
That one's good.
Both the RCR Xfinity cars today looked fantastic.
So, I
Ryan
totally-
Ellis's Corvette parts car looked great.
I totally just realized this. If you look at the number on the Ryan Newman car, they took the 2 and just flipped it and inverted it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They just like
Yeah.
mirrored it or whatever they had to do to make it look like a 5. But other than that, it's the Penske 12.
Ty's car looks really good too.
That's the throwback to the Bobby Labonte Redskins car, isn't it?
Yeah. Hall of Fame. I've got it. This picture I got has both of them right next to each other.
Okay.
There's
I see
Cole,
Brett Moffat's Xfinity car.
Cole Custer with the same throwback that they've ran 2 or 3 times now. The Sheldon Creed car is actually pretty decent. The old AC Delco.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love both the RCR cars today.
The Circuit City Josh Berry car. Ooh.
Jeffrey Earnhardt with the Wheaties throwback. That's such a classic scheme.
Plus, he did his mustache like our.
Did he?
Junior-
Did he do the mustache?
Yeah, he looked awesome.
Moffat
Okay,
with the
so
Tim
before I
Richmond.
pick my favorite, we're gonna go a couple thumbs downs here.
That's a thumbs down.
Which one?
43.
No, that's good.
Which 43?
The
Or no,
truck?
Oh, scroll up one. Maybe it was a 38.
Oh, I don't think that's
38
supposed to be a
Xfinity car?
throwback of anything.
I hope not.
Oh yeah, that thing looks awful.
I don't know what the fuck that
Looks
is.
like a W car.
Somebody was tripping on
You know, I
the-
saw
the
that.
Ryan-
I
the
saw that,
Ryan
and I was
Ellis-
like, did they try to throw it back to the Groovy Summer Elliott Sadler car and just completely miss the fucking mark? Or
The Sage Karam car is good with actually getting CRC as the actual sponsor on there. Go back to the old Richard Childress CRC
yeah, but
car.
if you hadn't thrown it in the fucking fence.
Wow.
Okay, so
Really
some thumbs down on the weekend.
That's
I like
a
that
good
one.
That's a
That
good
is a
one.
good one.
With the 43.
No, the
Ryan Ellis?
51. The
51?
51 Clements.
So
54.
51 Xfinity.
old Levi
Oh,
Garrett
yeah.
paint scheme.
Oh yeah. So some thumbs downs on the weekend. What the fuck is RCR doing not putting throwback schemes on their cars?
Oh God. Of all
In
weeks,
the
like
Cup Series?
half the rest of the
What are we doing?
field's running fucking Kevin Harvick stuff all weekend, and like he
They
was such a big
spent
part
all
of
their
How
money
did they
getting
not?
Kyle Busch.
But like on
Like
the Cup
the-
side, like what are they doing? They had some all-time greats. Throwing back to
And-
RC's like old rides and stuff like that. Like
And the like even the Xfinity cars, both of those were really good.
oh yeah,
But
they were
the Cup cars
fantastic.
got nothing.
So thumbs down on that. Thumbs down to the Kevin Harvick car. Thumbs down for Austin Cindric. Even though on any other weekend, this is one of my favorite paint schemes ever.
Freightliner.
The Freightliner Tron looking thing,
Mhm.
fantastic. But this weekend it sucks. Best throwback of the weekend though. Bobby, if you'll pull it up on the screen right there. Stop. Don't move your muscle.
Which
the
one?
98. Riley
90
Herbst.
I think you're
the
back
Ken
on
Block.
you're back on the stream
Yeah.
a little bit, but
I
yeah, the
am.
Ken Block. Yeah.
The Ken Block tribute is
Yes.
my all-time favorite NASCAR scheme ever.
Yeah, I think it looks nice.
Like to the point where I'm going to buy the diecast. Unfortunately, they won't
can't.
put the diecast out, but I
Yeah.
will get I will commission someone to make a custom of that car. I like
I
it
bet
so
you there's
much.
1,000 of those going around right now.
That's
I think I might have a sponsor that might be able to help you with that.
two things
Okay,
on the
I'll shoot them a message.
two things on the Ken Block car. First of all, kudos to Monster for actually doing something other than just a fucking black car. Like they are so stingent on their paint schemes. I was shocked when they decided to actually do one.
They're not going to say no to
Second
the
of
Ken Block
all-
thing that made their
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, facts.
Second, shame on Monster for not letting anyone do a diecast. Because that one would sell like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Hell,
I'd buy one. Like, and I'm not a Riley fan. I don't
buy one
have
just to
any
have it on my
personal-
shelf.
I don't have any personal reason to like connection to that paint scheme other than the fact that Ken Block was a fucking god. Like he was incredible for the entire motorsports community. He was somebody who just genuinely loved cars, and that paint scheme is just awesome. Like
I didn't realize that Timmy Hill, he ran a play off the old Mopar barbed wire scheme.
trucks or
That-
Xfinity?
Trucks that Casey would run in the fall
Oh.
Charlotte races.
Yes. There it
Also,
is. I got it on
also-
screen there.
NASCAR.com has failed to put the Huna truck on their website.
Who ran it?
I can't find it. I don't see it.
Which
I
truck
think
was
it was
it?
in the 70s. 75
That sounds
or something.
right. Yeah, they
Maybe we can make Kobe.
fucking failed me. But yeah, so obviously this was
A bunch
a
of fantasy
competition for
stuff.
second because that Chrome Illusion car looks so good and brings back so many fond memories for me that I can't even stand it. 75 Henderson Motorsports. That's no, because those are Parker's Food Country trucks.
Well, it didn't actually have a Monster sponsor.
No, it wasn't Monster sponsored, but it was the Honda truck.
Yeah.
But yeah, love the Chrome Illusion car. I was really concerned of how it was going to work with it being a wrap.
Yeah. It turned out better than I thought it would. It looks. I swear, the first time I actually saw the actual video of that thing, out in the sunlight, I was like, "Wait, did they actually paint it?" And then people were asking around, and apparently, no, they were able to make a wrap, put that effect on it.
It was the 33 truck. I don't know if Josh Ream made the race.
Oh, he
Because
did.
I don't
No,
remember
he
seeing
didn't.
that car out there.
He didn't
I don't
because he
remember seeing
said
that truck.
he said that he saved money by DNQing.
Well, that's unfortunate because that's one of the best. Like, that was a super well executed scheme. I mean, the sponsor went above and beyond, letting them completely change the branding. They even used the Monster font for the side panels and everything. The number font's correct.
Yeah, there you go. On 33.
I was gonna say I found it on J-Ski if we need it.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
By the way, shout out a little bit here to Tricon for doing all the Red Horse schemes and having them uniform across the entire team. They had the entire team have
those
that.
Look fantastic.
There it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really unfortunate. We only saw that thing in qualifying. and
Buckshot Jones.
I'll correct myself. Timmy Hill is actually throwing back to Ted Musgrave's truck. So now that I'm seeing Ted Musgrave's 2003 Dodge truck,
oh yeah,
it makes a lot more sense.
That is so similar to the Casey Kane car, though. I feel like Casey ran one that.
Oh yeah, well that was
really
that was a
close to
Mopar
that.
thing, yeah. That would be the 04 scheme that Ted Musgrave's truck was really close to. Also, Lawless Allen with the Kyle Petty Spree throwback. Fantastic.
The Adam Petty, yeah.
Yeah, it's Adam Petty, yeah.
Adam Petty, excuse me. There's too many of them damn Pettys.
Daniel Dye with the good one there with the. I mean, you can never go wrong with the Petty blue and the SDP.
Oh yeah,
orange. Like you never go wrong.
Really,
there.
dude?
Yeah,
oh, also, speaking of fucking Daniel Dye, how is nobody gonna talk shit about Michael Waltrip and the way he treats Daniel Dye? But they'll say all day that Michael Waltrip suck it off. What's his name?
Hocevar.
Hocevar.
Yeah, he's kind of all over Daniel too.
Our in-race reporter, Daniel Dye.
Those old truck bodies just look so much better than the ones now.
The only thing that Tricon did really good with matching up almost everything except for the fact that they put the old number 17 scheme on the 11 and they put the old 11 scheme on the 17. Like you literally had the numbers. You had both numbers. Why?
Really underrated.
You were so close.
Is the Kyle Larson's Tony Stewart throwback too? They've got like metal flake in the wrap, and it looks phenomenal in the sun. It's a Tony Stewart Busch Series Hendrick Cars scheme.
Oh yes,
yeah,
great.
The old 80 car.
Yep, the old 80 car. How about Hendrick Cars having a sponsorship in all 3 races this weekend?
I feel like Hendrick Cars puts it on the side when they can't find sponsorship.
It's not true.
Supposedly, yeah, from what I heard, like that was initially speculated that Rick did it as a placeholder because he couldn't get sponsors for Kyle initially. But from what I understand, even if it may have started out that way, once they got going with it, they've said no, they've actually seen a genuine positive financial benefit to putting the HendrickCars.com on that thing. So even if it started as, hey, we just need to throw something on this guy to not have a blank car, it very quickly turned into, hey, this works financially.
As an inside source, and have actually seen the numbers. For the uninitiated, I work for Rick at one of his dealerships. Across the board, across all 102 stores he has, they saw a 450% increase in sales when they started putting that car on the track in 2021.
Wow.
450%. It's ridiculous.
The name's on the car every week.
Mm-hmm. With the exception of like 2 that Valvoline has.
Yep.
And I think it might just be 1 this year.
That Valvoline car do look good though.
Mm-hmm. I might have to call my fucking Valvoline rep about Bristol tickets if I can't get the hookup through HMS, which I should be able to, but
I think Denny
that car looks good this week, and anytime they don't have the "He Gets Us" scheme on there is a good time.
I think, didn't Denny run a very similar scheme to this before? But even still,
Yes, it's the same fucking thing. Fuck that stupid.
It still looks
The
decent,
original.
I think. Like, I think
it's a
as a
good
throwback,
scheme, but like
as a throwback, it
I
works.
feel like they threw it together when the UPS scheme came out.
it's a good scheme, but like, how many different FedEx cars has any? Give me an all black FedEx ground car. Give me an all black with green.
Nice.
Give me
Oh, yeah.
something, man.
Go back to like 06.
He ran that one in 2020. It was either 2019 or 2020. He ran that same scheme. I do like Ryan throwing back to Dave in a sprint car though.
Yeah.
That's a good looking scheme.
See, to me, the thing that I don't like about it is because I don't feel like it looks all that different. If you just kind of catch it as at a glance, just like on TV without actually taking a good close look at it, you don't really see what's different about it. Like if you stop and look, you're like,
I saw it. I was like,
differences.
Blaney's not doing a throwback this week.
Yeah.
But it's got a little bit more blue on it than the normal. I mean, the Menards cars all look the same. They're one color on the hood and like up the A pillar.
Yeah.
And then they're just bright yellow.
It's a subtle throwback. It's not like it.
God bless the Menards family for dumping so much money into the sport.
Oh yeah, you go back to the early '90s, IndyCar.
Yeah.
You know, they always had, especially the Indy 500. They had those fucking Buicks back in the early '90s that would blow the pants off of everybody in qualifying. They just couldn't last 500 miles.
The longest
the stock block Buicks
ran at the Indy 500 was 5 laps, and half of them wrecked on the first pace lap in 90.
Did Matt Kenseth have yellow numbers on this scheme that Chris Bell's throwing back to?
Yes, he did.
Yes,
he did. Okay.
Yeah.
The problem with that scheme is they have such a big place to put the DeWalt thing.
Yeah, that's the old Best Buy paint.
It looks. Oh wait, I can't say that on stream. It looks very bad.
I heard a lot of. I was able to catch some of.
Stream?
Yeah, I heard a good chunk of Friday's Serious Speedway with Moody, and there was a lot of people, and I'm just genuinely asking the RTA, please allow for the throwback weekend the numbers to be placed in different places.
No, we don't need all that.
Just let us
first
do
Although
it
if
for
you're
one
gonna-
week.
went to
If you're
was
gonna let Corey LaJoy put 3 numbers on the side of the car, you might as well just do anything. But
Well, okay,
Yeah.
so here's what I would do then is I would say throwback weekend, you can put the number anywhere between the front tire and the rear tire. However you want to make it work for your scheme, you can do it. Like we just lay off of the regulations for the 1 week for the throwback week. You want them forward, you want them backwards, you want them in the middle, whatever works for your scheme, go for it for this one designated race.
Throwback and all-star.
If the All-Stars at Wilkesboro, I don't mind that.
Well, if they're gonna let
Yeah.
people drive other numbers at the all-star, then
Harvey.
True.
I'm buying that diecast, by the way, since we're
The
talking about it.
The Harrison Burton car is actually pretty decent too. Old
I just wish
X-side.
I just wish the 48 numbers were more gold. They're not gold enough. It looks flat. If they can
Oh,
make the
yeah.
chrome illusion interwrap, like, come on, you could have given me chrome numbers at least. At least.
Yeah,
Shout
in
out
my
to the-
opinion, the most beautiful scheme of all time was Davey Allison's rookie car, and
Yes.
that ain't it. That car is
That car. Well, this car is not supposed to be Davey Allison. It's actually supposed,
supposed
to be
Ernie
Kevin.
Irvin.
No, it's Kevin Hamlin, his spotter. Actually
it's
drove.
it's a Kevin Hamlin throwback.
He drove for Chip Ganassi Racing in the mid 2000s. He was a Ganassi development driver. So he drove this in the Busch Series.
Wait, what's the name again?
Kevin Hamlin.
Kevin Hamlin.
Thank
He's you know his voice from the Natalie Decker getting wrecked by a tow truck incident?
Oh, okay, I see.
Carlo,
Okay,
we're wrecking, we're
it's-
wrecking, we're wrecking, we're wrecking, we're wrecked.
It's got tape on it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Kevin wrecked a lot of stuff when he drove. But here's that's
This is common tomfoolery of a
That's-
Chip Ganassi.
that's the car that he's throwing
was
back to.
was Brandon Jones throwing back to anything, or is that just another example of Menards throwing an exorbitant amount of money on?
Where are we at? In the
And then-
the 9.
And then Kyle Larson
don't-
throws back to Ricky Hendrick every week. So
That's one way to put it.
it's a nice thing to. Hey, we don't disparage Ricky's name, okay?
It's a good scheme. That's one that on one hand you could look at it and say, oh, it's a throwback or it's a tribute to Ricky, but it's just a good looking paint scheme. Like it just works. So it worked 20 years ago when they had it on like Ricky's cars and then Brian Vickers. It worked then. It works now. Why mess with it? It's like the Tide cars.
Yeah.
Like the Tide cars were always the same, no matter what team they went to, no matter what number was on it, because that paint scheme just worked.
Did the Herbie car not make the Xfinity race today? The 53 Matt
Yeah, I
Mills?
saw it wreck at some point.
Oh, he did make the race? Okay. I didn't see it. I didn't get a chance
they
to
don't-
watch a whole lot of the race, though.
It wasn't much to watch, honestly. Last couple laps was good.
It didn't have
How
any.
about Carson Hocevar, though? He ran pretty good.
Yeah. I think he got like 7th or something.
You put him in something that he doesn't have to wreck to pass. He does pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we're done with all that, let's recap lay picks real quick.
Yep, I threw him in
I know
the.
I know you posted them. Gary has Kyle Busch,
bad choice.
and to that we say,
Shut up, bitch.
Bobby has Martin Truex Jr. staying in the Toyota camp. The man is loyal. He has picked nothing but Toyotas all year. And to that we say,
Wow. I feel like I'm in the Highlander.
Nikki has William Byron. Not a terrible pick, but we still say because he's going to look really good until stage 3. And then I have Chase Elliott, and I don't. Oh, here we go. Because that's really what I'm going to feel like towards the end of the race. I'm going to go to bed. Got to get up early. So happy Mother's Day to all the moms. We appreciate the moms, especially the hot ones.
Amen.
By the way, since we mentioned Kevin Hamlin, let me give you this.
Inside. We're wrecked.
So quick story about that. So there's an organization on iRacing called Sim Racers for Mental Health. They put on special events, yada yada, blah blah blah. So during the height of COVID, they put on a big cash race at Daytona that Kevin Hamlin was in, and there was somebody else too. I got the full story on that. The way that's edited, like all the YouTube videos you see, because the way it's edited together, it's that whole thing. He's hollering about the push truck, and then he says, basically, "Fuck this! I'm taking my stuff off." Apparently, there was like 20 minutes in between her getting wrecked by the push truck and him saying, "I'm taking my stuff off." But yeah, so Kevin Hamlin, cool guy, all around. Thumbs up for Kevin Hamlin.
And you know who else? I'll say this too. Natalie has streamed a few times on Twitch. She streamed quite a bit, but I haven't watched a bunch. She seems like a totally cool person. So like even if she doesn't necessarily have talent behind the wheel, but as just an entertainer.
We found the first guy that's signing up for her OnlyFans. That is allegedly happening.
He's fangirling.
Oh, that's Travis Brown.
We don't have the "We Have Got Beef" motherfuckers on here. What's this one? I didn't even know we had the fucking whammy on here. I would have hit that as soon as you said.
Arby's.
We have got beef, motherfuckers!
National Travis Brown. Bye, guys. We'll catch you all next week.
All right. Yeah. All right. Oh, so I should probably run our outro here real quick. All right. Yeah. All right. Yep. Next week is. Oh, I don't know. Just say what we're doing. All right. So next week's Bristol, Saturday night next week. On a personal note, anyone wants to hang out my Twitch channel tomorrow, I'm probably going to be streaming building my wife her Mother's Day present. So,
Bobby, I don't know if you can build stripper poles on stream. I want to check TOS before you do that.
We're
Damn.
Oh, I'll have to go create my Kick account. All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. And next week's Bristol, and I got a feeling our post-race show next week will have a bit more expletives being directed at different people. So
we might even have beef. And to all with beef, I leave you with this.
Shut up, bitch.
Here's how Bristol's going to go next week.
I will send you to Jesus.
Accurate.
I know there's some these kid at school that can do that.
All right.
We should get.
We're gonna end the stream before we
get
any
canceled.
issues. Yep. All right. We'll see everybody next week.